If you are currently staring at your shopping cart, hovering between the Fanatec CSL DD and the Logitech G Pro, you aren't just choosing a wheelbase. You are choosing between two completely different philosophies of sim racing. Quick side note before we start, the link for Fanatec CSL DD versus Logitech G Pro wheel is in the description. It helps support the channel, so if you use it, I get a small commission at no extra cost to you, and I always make sure the link is updated. One of these is a polished, high-end consumer appliance designed to just work. The other is a gateway drug into a massive, modular ecosystem that demands a bit more from you, but offers near endless customization in return. Today, we are going to move past the spec sheets. I don't care about the marketing fluff. We are going to look at the torque reality, the TrueForce factor, the ecosystem trap, and ultimately, which one of these actually respects your money. Let's start with the elephant in the room, the force feedback and the power. On paper, this looks like a mismatch. The standard CSL DD pushes 5 Newton meters. The Logitech G Pro pushes 11. That is a massive gap. If you're on the base CSL DD, the Logitech can demand noticeably more steering force by comparison. However, most people shopping Fanatec seriously end up looking at the boost kit, which bumps it to 8 Newton meters. So now we have 8 Newton meters versus 11 Newton meters. Does that extra 3 Newton meters matter? Here is the truth. 8 Newton meters is the sweet spot for information for a lot of drivers. It's enough to read weight transfer, grip loss, and curbs without turning every session into an arm workout. But 11 Newton meters gives you headroom. It means the Logitech has more room to deliver spikes without crushing the signal into clipping, so the big moments stay cleaner. Heavy compressions, big curb hits, even crashes. But the quality of that force is where these two diverge. Fanatec's feedback is clinical. It is precise. It's the kind of signal that prioritizes what the front tires are doing over extra drama. It's a tool for lap times. Logitech, however, has a party trick called TrueForce. Now, for years, people dismissed TrueForce as a gimmick on the G29, but on a direct drive wheel, in supported games, it can be a real differentiator. It uses game-supplied physics telemetry data through Logitech's TrueForce integration to layer high-frequency detail on top of normal force feedback. Things like engine RPM texture, road surface character, and chassis vibration cues. And if the title doesn't support TrueForce, you're essentially just running standard FFB like everyone else. If you want to chase that super clean, competition-first signal, Fanatec's approach usually fits the vibe better. But if you want the wheel to inject extra texture and alive detail in supported games, the Logitech G Pro is, frankly, more fun. But before you rush to buy the Logitech, we need to talk about the ecosystem trap. This is where Fanatec usually wins the argument. When you buy a Fanatec base, you are buying into a Lego set. Do you want an F1 style butterfly rim? They have 5 of them. Do you want a round rally wheel, a vintage wood rim, a dedicated shifter and handbrake that plug directly into the base? Fanatec has it all. You can upgrade piece by piece for years. Logitech is different. The G Pro ecosystem has historically been more of a walled garden. Depending on what's currently available in Logitech's lineup, there are additional options, but the reality is you have far fewer wheel rim choices than Fanatec, and swapping tends to be more limited and often more expensive than the Fanatec mix and match world. The quick release on the Logitech is arguably the best engineering in the business. Automotive grade, minimal play, extremely rigid. But the value of a great quick release is directly tied to how many rims you actually want to attach to it. If you are a drifter one day, an F1 driver the next, and a rally driver on weekends, Fanatec is your only real choice here. If you are a GT3 or Formula racer who just wants one premium wheel that presents as high-end and locked in, Logitech takes the win. Now, let's talk about the hardware that actually makes you faster, the pedals. You can have the best motor in the world, but if your brake pedal is a toy, you will be slow. Both ecosystems offer load cell brakes, which measure pressure rather than travel. This is non-negotiable. Do not buy a direct drive wheel and pair it with potentiometer pedals. The Logitech G Pro pedals are fantastic. They are modular, you can move them laterally, and the load cell is rated for 100 kilograms. The overall design and adjustability land them squarely in premium territory. Fanatec's CSL Elite V2 pedals are the direct competitor here. They are slightly less adjustable than the Logitech, but they lean into a higher resistance, race car style brake behavior that a lot of the fastest drivers tend to prefer.
Here is the catch.
With Fanatec, you have to be careful which bundle you buy. The entry-level bundles often come with the non-load cell pedals. If you buy those, you are bottlenecking your performance. With Logitech, once you buy the wheel and the Pro pedals, since the pedals are typically sold separately unless you find a retailer bundle, you're basically at the high-end package right out of the gate. We also have to address reliability and the fiddle factor. The Logitech G Pro is built like a tank. It uses active cooling designed to stay low noise, the casing is premium, and the software, G-Hub, is one of the most beginner-friendly interfaces in sim racing. You plug it in, it works, you race. It is the console experience brought to high-end hardware. Fanatec is, well, it's sim racing hardware. That means you might be dealing with driver updates, firmware flashes, and occasionally hardware quirks. The good news is Fanatec has largely moved to the new QR2 standard on most bundles, which fixes the old plastic flex issues. It is rock solid. But depending on old stock or specific budget bundles, you still need to double check exactly which quick release is in the box. If you end up with the older standard, upgrading to QR2 is a hidden cost you effectively have to pay for rigidity. So, who wins? If you are the type of person who loves to tinker, who wants to build a custom rig over the next 3 years, swapping out wheels, handbrakes, and shifters, and you want the widest compatibility with PC titles, the Fanatec CSL DD is still the king of modularity. It is the best platform to build upon. However, if you have the budget and you just want the best possible experience the second everything is set up, if you want immersion, TrueForce detail in supported games, 11 Newton meters of headroom, and hardware that's clearly engineered to take a beating, the Logitech G Pro is the superior product. It is less of a project and more of a performance tool. If the priority is immersion and fun, the Logitech argument gets very strong very fast. If the priority is building a long-term sim racing setup with maximum options and upgrade paths, Fanatec keeps the advantage. Check the links below to see where the prices are sitting today, as sales happen often. And don't forget to check the link below. It's always updated if a new deal drops. If this helped you dodge a buyer's remorse bullet, hit that subscribe button because more head-to-head breakdowns are on the way. See you in the next one.